Hello, and thank you for coming to my business office. There's some things that I wanted to discuss. I totally feel like this should be like I'm giving you a quarterly, annually report of your review, and that's not what my intention is behind this video. Although I don't know, it could be time for your performance review. So, uh, I also just barely noticed on my monitor off to the side. I'll actually share with you a little bit of finance data, which is not even completely a lie. Anyway, what brings me here today, what brings you here today, thanks for coming to my office, is there's a few thoughts that I have about careers. And this is actually honestly just like a vlog. I just want to tell you guys about my thoughts of business, sort of. Because I just have like a normal, like I work a job in a grocery store. And it's very much like I know way more than that. I know enough about programming to be a junior developer. Like absolutely, I started making a series talking through some of my Python development experience, and as I'm reprogramming my interactive fiction engine, I was mapping that out tutorial style to guide other people along the process. I think that would be helpful to do, and so knowing it well enough to develop an application and then also talk about it, that's a skill set. Like that'll be like totally a resume kind of item. Look at what I can do. And I also know writing well enough to go into like either technical writing or into editing because I have that translation editor credit now under my belt, which I'm very excited about. And it's time to start kind of like the job search probably to find something that works better for me than working in a grocery store. It's just time for me to move into something different. That's interesting to me because that kind of like job search takes a lot of energy and mental resources, because putting in like 3 applications a day, you have to do that for like a year, and then you might get a thing. Like just getting jobs is really hard right now, is something that I've heard. So I will be performing that work because it's time to scale up in other ways of life. And it's mildly interesting because I made the move here to the apartment where I'm at, which has helped me be able to make videos to such a astounding degree. And I moved here to facilitate my video work primarily. And it's not that the video work is going anywhere at all, but it's interesting because what I thought I was doing when I developed my style of making videos was to be able to free up space to work on all of my hobbies at once. And if I make videos really swiftly, then that's other time I can be spending also programming at the same time or picking up streaming at the same time. So I developed a deep efficiency with my style of making videos that pleased me to save as much time as possible. What I'm working with lately, though, is if I drop all of that extra hobby work and focus pretty much only on the YouTube side of things for now and just making videos as the hobby, then I can free up that time for other life endeavors. And I've had tunnel vision for the longest time on only all of my creative endeavors. And so much of that honestly comes from a place of ego, feeling like what I have to offer the world creatively is vast and magnificent and extra special and needs to be seen. And there was a lot of entitlement that goes into that, and feeling like my channel is the best channel and the world needs to hear what I have to say. And I mean, maybe I'm not going to say that those things aren't true, but also, and I'm not in a bad position whatsoever. It's just money is a little bit tight, and I'm not worried about flying home for Christmas, but I'm at the point where that expenditure is one I have to like weigh out heavily because the money just isn't there to be able to do things really. I just need to be really conscious of what I'm doing right now, and it would be a massive life upgrade to be able to to be able to do that and just to have a better job to be able to do more things. And this also marks a little bit over a month of living here. And I always kind of felt like we'll let the month happen and just be your little panther boy in your own new little apartment and see what that feels like, which I did. And I wasn't sure exactly what it would look like at the other end of the month. I just thought for sure we'll spend a month and then just live that life. And then based on what happened when you lived that life without really distinct structure, then how do you want to go back and add structure to it, and you learn more about it. And I've just been keeping a careful eye out for my behaviors this past month to see what it feels like moving forward. And what I think it looks like is dropping my myriad hobbies, getting into only video work as my hobby. So questions of streaming down the line, and then like my deep video work, I have ideas for video series and more advanced things I want to pull off with video work. And that's like tabled for the distant future. It was always a future endeavor anyway, but that's definitely not something that we can pull off now as I'm reducing my scope. So too with programming, I had visions of being part of the game jam recently that I made a video about recently. Stepped out of that, bowed out, wasn't something that I needed after all. My mind ended up occupied with other things. And I'm excited to dial down on just making videos in an honest and simple way. More videos that are more fun to make is probably what it's going to look like. A little bit less care and attention put into every single one of them, which is not to say I'm going to be just throwing out garbage, but something I need to learn is what it's like having fun, and I think I'm going to be exploring what that's like. And I'm really excited. There's a lot of excellent things on the way. It just looks a little different than what I thought it was going to look like. And I think it looks suspiciously like growth. Because it's really fun if you have myriad hobbies and then you launch a game and it goes really well. And there's, of course, really fantastic dreams of like being a content creator and stuff like that. But recognizing that that's not a consistent enough space for me to want to be in. And I can keep up this, but it's not remarkably sustainable if long term, like God forbid I want to do something extra, like go to a furry convention. I wouldn't be able to afford that if I just kept living where I am, working at my job, and I don't want to be working in like just a dead-end job. Ideally, you don't want to be working at all. I guess recognizing it's been a fun month of doing all sorts of stuff, deciding after looking at that month, we're going to scale it back and just focus only on one thing instead of doing a whole bunch of stuff. Lets me dive in more to what the one thing is that I feel like doing, which is this, but then also free up other time to live my life. And that sense of work-life balance is really pleasing to see for myself. And that's it. I guess I just wanted to share that video about, I don't know. Thanks for coming to my office. And honestly, I don't think that there was a point to this video aside from just sharing with you some of mechanically what's happening with my life. And I hope the job search goes well. And I hope that I end up where I am supposed to head up to. And deciding to take that direction to things is still pretty new to me because I tend to not take life into active directions and I allow life to happen opposed to happening to life. And I've been enjoying happening to life lately. It's a lot of what's led me to this YouTube channel and to enjoying this YouTube channel as much as I have and as much as I intend to continue enjoying this YouTube channel. And I'm extending the principles I've learned from pursuing this creative endeavor to other less creative endeavors, to like the principles I've learned through YouTube, I am taking to employ in other parts of my life. And that's an interesting space for me to be in, and I wanted to share that with you. So thank you for coming to my office, and your performance review, we'll might as well spend a little bit of time on that to give you a little treat as well. You came to my office, so here's my performance review for you. Let's see here. I don't need to staple anything. Is there not a piece of paper over here? I have a pen I can grab, and I can't grab a piece of paper. What kind of second-rate office is this? There's no way that's not grabbable. Alright, whatever. I'll take some notes real quick. So there was actually a notepad elsewhere in the world that I was able to go and get my hands on, because I wanted to be able to take a couple notes for you. Because it's your performance review time, and let me move my viewfinder a little bit. It's distracting me from your performance review. All right, so you have been, stop. You have been... Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, it's in the desk. Oh no. Whoa no. Come on, you're in virtual reality. You can do it. Reach down. Alright. Alright, so you have been doing... so you as a viewer of the channel Phineas Former, I think it was. Phineas Former, yes, I have that down here on my notes. So you have actually been exceeding our expectations in this role. And so your primary position was to just view a video, was all that we were really asking of this in your position here as a viewer. But a lot of you actually, so you have been subscribing every now and then, which was an advanced performance metric that we were going to head there based to see on how our growth was going if we wanted to extend that opportunity to you. And that's actually been a lot of really excellent initiative for us to see. So we love seeing that, and you've done an excellent job on that front. So well done there. And then something else, there's been, with all of the engagement you guys are up to, with the comments, yeah, you've also been leaving on the videos, that has been exceeding expectations. And so that is another excellent point to you guys. And then down here, room for growth and improvements. The only thing really there that we have, and this one is a little bit strange to bring up, but I do feel like it is worth saying to respect your time as a member of the community, honestly. But I want to make sure just that we get that good feedback for you as you continue in your role as an enjoyer of Phineas Former content, but then also perhaps as you move forward in other spheres as well. We want to make sure we get this one out for you guys and be honest here with our feedback, because this is an exchange, of course. The time you give to both Phineas Former, and then we want to make sure Phineas Former is giving some of that time back to you. And that's just going to be any amount of, so we've got, it says insecurity here on the bottom, and that's interesting here, because not everyone out there is expressing any of that, but to the extent, and the fact that this is the only real thing that we've got here is, you guys don't need to be having any insecurities, and I don't even think that's something that we've really seen reflected in comments, or like any in the views or the engagements here. You guys are doing fantastic on all of those levels. But for anyone down here who's feeling like either where there's insecurity or not sure of their place in things, is that is not something that you need to worry about. And I think that's just a little bit out of your job description, because here with Phineas Former, we are already insecure enough. That is something that we handle on our end, and that's all stuff that's going to be a little bit above your pay grade where Phineas Former is concerned, because you've been just crushing all of these other higher metrics of engagement and being an audience member of Phineas Former. But again, within the system of Phineas Former, which you as a viewer are part of, which is why we're here for this review right now, yeah, we've got insecurity. We take care of that one. That's on our roster. We've got that docket. So you can go ahead and worry a lot less about being insecure, because that is something that we are handling. And that's going to be the big thing that we can keep our ducks in a row here. So go ahead and let Phineas Former can be insecure, and that's not even a big deal. We budget for that. So we have that handled. And then if you guys just kept focusing on some of these other massive areas where you are just honestly, all of these, you know, the likes, the comment, and the subscribe. Yeah, that is fantastic work. And we just want to be able to see a lot more of that. And I think also we would like to offer you a raise. Hang on, wait, is that part of our, let's see. Okay, no, we're not, so we're not actually doing that yet. This is a free endeavor, a free channel. This is a free enterprise, and it's a free country, which means that you work for free and you watch my videos for free. Anyway, that's it. That's it for your performance review. So thank you for coming into my office space. And now feel free to go about your work in the remainder of your day. And if there's any other content creators, if your behavior at all is related to what I'm seeing here on this paper. If you're out there also commenting and subscribing to other creators in the way that you have here, that it shows in your performance review, then honestly, we're happy to have you. We are lucky to have a viewer like you here at the Phineas Former channel. And anywhere you go, though, if you take your skills somewhere else, and again, I hope that you decide to keep working here in our ecosystem. But if you do take those skills as a viewer to other places of the internet, they are going to be happy to have you, and I will happily give you an honest recommendation. And I hope that you stay here with this company. We love to have you, and I look forward to fostering this relationship as we continue forward into that good future. But any company would be happy to have you, and I would be happy to help place you in any other viewer environment that you would like, because that's just the least, I guess, that I could do for you, for everything that you've done for me. So that is just the last note I want to leave here real quick. And thanks for tuning in, and I will talk with you guys later.